Welcome back to OT Sports. Today we got our wild card weekend NFL game predictions. We're going to be going through all six wild card games, predicting all of them. I'm not going to have a full playoff prediction. We're just going to kind of do these week by week. If I had to spoil what my Super Bowl prediction would be, I guess I'll just say it right now. I think Bills Ravens. That's my prediction. We'll see how it goes. Obviously, there's a lot of other really great teams that could potentially get there. I'm not saying nobody else has a chance. That's just my prediction. Comment what your Super Bowl prediction is. As always, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new. Like this video if you enjoy. Turn on the notifications to make sure that you don't miss out on any of our videos. We got lots of content. College basketball, college football, NFL and NBA every single week. We also do MLB when that season's around. So, like I said, just a lot of content. As always, my Discord and extra link in the description. You can join that. You can follow that. Whatever you'd like to do. But let's just get right into the standings. Excuse me, I almost said first game. So I'm still in first. I had a really good week last week. I went 13-3, and I now have a 7-point lead over second place. Ben and Connor still fighting it out for third place. You guys know Connor. He sometimes comes on NBA Playoff Watch. And then Jackson, Sammy, and Jack all just, pretty much just out of the conversation at this point. But yeah, let's just get right into the first game. We got the number 5 seed Cleveland Browns heading to Houston, Texas to take on the number 4 seed Houston Texans. The Texans got some help and won their division last week because of the Titans beating the Jaguars. The Browns were locked in at 5 even before last week. Like the game for them really didn't mean anything. So they rested a lot of guys. And we already got 3 on the Browns, 1 on the Texans. These 4 versus 5 matchups are very, very tough. They usually are. They're pretty much coin flip games in my eyes. The big question here is, how will C.J. Stroud play against this Cleveland Browns defense? Because it's been the number 1 defense this whole season. Now the Houston Texans have a big advantage with this because they have, it's in Energy Stadium in Houston, so that is very helpful for the Texans. But like I said, I think the big question mark is, how will C.J. Stroud play against this defense? Because the Browns' defense has really been dominant, and we saw it a couple weeks ago when the Browns played the Texans, and it didn't really. The Texans didn't really play well. The Browns rested a lot of their guys. I don't really trust the Texans' defense as much. I think Will Anderson will be great. He is very good right now. But he is still young. Nobody else. I mean, Derek Stingley is very good for them on the defense, but there's not really too many guys over there I'm too worried about. I think Joe Flacco is more experienced than C.J. Stroud, and I think the Browns' defense gets to Stroud enough to make him make some mistakes. He is still a rookie. I would love for the Texans to win this one, but I got to go with the Browns. I just think they're the more experienced team. So yeah, give me the Browns in this first matchup here. Moving on to the number 6 seed Dolphins taking on the Kansas City Chiefs, number 3 seed. It's only on Peacock, which is kind of annoying. So if you guys don't have Peacock, you won't be able to watch the game. I don't know if I would do. I mean, the fact that a playoff game isn't nationally televised is kind of crazy, but it is what it is. So that is unfortunate for some people. But yeah, this is a very good game, and we already have 3 on the Dolphins, 1 on the Chiefs, which actually kind of surprised me. I wasn't expecting this. I was expecting, maybe 1 or 2 on the Dolphins, not 3. The Chiefs, with it being at home, there's a lot of things going for the Chiefs in this game, in my opinion. Now the Dolphins could definitely win. I'm not putting it past them too. The first reason is Tua. Well, I'll just say it right now. I'm taking the Chiefs, but I'll give you some reasons. So, Tua, I can't really trust him all that much, if I'm being honest. He seems like he turns the ball over a little too much in clutch scenarios and in big games like this against good teams. And this Chiefs defense is very legit. They are a very good team. Um, L'Jarius Sneed, Chris Jones. I mean, they got a lot of guys. Those are just two. Offensively, the Chiefs do worry me a little bit with Patrick Mahomes, Kelsey not being Kelsey specifically just not being as good. Now he is getting up there in age, so I can't really blame him too much. But the receivers for the Chiefs do need to help out Mahomes a little more than they have been. Rashee Rice has been really good, but besides him, nobody else has really been contributing. Kadarius Toney loves to drop the ball. For the Dolphins, they definitely could win this game, but the weather is supposed to be like -5 in Arrowhead. It's supposed to snow. The Dolphins, being from Miami, they're not really used to that. Tyreek Hill is returning to Kansas City, but I don't know. I don't really think there's. I gotta go with the Chiefs. I mean, it's Mahomes. I just trust him a lot more. They're more experienced. Dolphins really haven't beat anyone good on the road. I know they have a win over the Cowboys at home, but that's really their only good team that they've beat this season. We haven't seen them do much on the road against a good team, and I just trust Mahomes and the Chiefs. I know this is a down year, and I don't think I don't think I'll be picking them next round, just because I'm not too high on the Chiefs this year. But I do think they win this matchup. Now, depending on who they get, I might pick them, and depending on how they look this week, I will definitely consider taking the Chiefs. But at this point, I gotta go with the Chiefs just off this first round matchup. Moving on to the last AFC wildcard game, the noon game on Sunday. Steelers, 7 seed Steelers, who snuck into the playoffs after the Jaguars lost, and they take on the Buffalo Bills, number 2 seed. They are hot right now. The Bills are not a team you want to play. As of this point, they've won a lot of their games recently, and they just took down the Dolphins to secure that 2 seed last Sunday night. So Mason Rudolph's going to be the starting quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers, which does worry me a lot. No TJ Watt in this game for the Steelers. I'm going to keep this one pretty simple. I got to go with the Bills. I kind of spoiled this. I had Bills Niners as my Super Bowl prediction. And yeah, I mean, I'm going to stick with that. I don't know. I think the Bills. I don't think there's really much of a chance for the Steelers in this one. There's just not much going for them in this game. It's on the road. That's a tough crowd to play against. Mason Rudolph, do I trust him? No. And then obviously their best player being out in TJ Watt hurts them a lot. The Bills got all their guys and they're playing their best football right now. So I got to go with the Buffalo Bills to win this game. To move on to the next round. That one's probably the easiest one to pick. The other 2 versus 7 matchup is going to be the afternoon game on Sunday. The 7 seed Packers go to Dallas, Texas to take on the Cowboys, the number 2 seed in the NFC. And now this one is a little bit more interesting than you might think. Now, just looking at the teams, looking at the seeding, the records, where the game's being played at, just all of that, you probably pretty easily say the Cowboys. I don't think it's that easy. I am going to go with the Cowboys, but I don't think it's going to be an easy game. Now, the question here is, how does Jordan Love look? He's been very good recently, but I don't think that we've really seen him play up against this caliber of a defense. Micah Parsons will probably be able to make some plays, and I trust the Cowboys offense to score enough on the Packers. Jair Alexander, I don't know if he's playing. I think he is. But the Packers' defense really hasn't been anything too special this year. Neither has the offense. The Cowboys have been one of the best teams in the league the whole season. Mike McCarthy revenge game. And it's Mike McCarthy revenge game. But with the Cowboys now having him, he was on the Packers for a while. And now he's on the Cowboys. So, but yeah, I'm still gonna go with the Cowboys. the Packers have kind of owned the Cowboys in recent playoff history, but I think the Cowboys, they got to do something this year. I feel like this year they have a pretty, I don't want to say easy, but they have a pretty favorable path to the NFC Championship game, in my opinion. We'll see how they do in this first round. I am going to take them here. They do worry me a little bit. The Rams versus Lions Sunday night game, 6 seed versus 3 seed in the NFC. This one is probably the best overall game. Now, it's not the hardest to pick, but it is the best overall game in my opinion. The Lions, will see how Ford Field goes. They haven't hosted a playoff game in like 30 years. Dan Campbell, it's going to be his first, test rodeo in the playoffs. Excited to see how that looks. Obviously, Stafford revenge game for the Rams. Jared Goff revenge game. You could say that too. That was a pretty even trade when you look back on it. Because obviously the Rams won the Super Bowl with Stafford, but the Lions got 2 first-round picks in Goff, who's led them to a 3 seed. So, like I said, that was probably one of the most even trades in recent memory. In this one, I actually am gonna take the upset, and I'm gonna go with the Rams. I don't know. I gotta go with the Rams. I really like how this team has been playing recently. The Lions have kind of been, a little bit off recently. It seems like Jared Goff doesn't look the same as he did in, mid-season form. He's kind of taken, I don't know. He's just not been as good as he was to start the year. The whole team, really, I think if they stick to running the ball, they could definitely win this game. But the Rams, because, the Rams defense isn't anything too special, but I think with Aaron Donald there, they'll be able to do enough. And I really like the offense and how this team has been playing recently, because they've gotten hot. And I like how the offense, they could beat you in multiple ways. They can run the ball with Kyron Williams. He's been great for them all season. And then they can throw the ball with Stafford, Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua. To be honest, I just trust Stafford a lot more than Jared Goff. I feel like he might crumble under the pressure. He seems to throw a lot of picks in these big moments, big games. So I'm going to go with the Rams, and I think the Rams could be the team to watch out for in the playoffs. If you're looking for a dark horse team to make the Super Bowl, I would probably go with the Rams. They've been hot recently, and they can beat you in multiple ways on offense, like I said. Another dark horse team I would say is the Browns. So those are kind of my 2 sleeper teams. I'm going to go with the Rams. And then a final game, Monday nights, to finish off Wild Card Weekend. The Eagles taking on the Bucks. This one is probably the toughest game to pick in my opinion. The Eagles have been limping into the playoffs. They have just been atrocious. I think they're 1-5 in their last 6 games. They just got blown out by the Giants, and they needed a win to stay alive to have it, to have a chance to win their division. The Cowboys did win, so even if the Eagles won, they wouldn't have won their division anyways. But would have been nice to get a win there, and now they're really just limping into the playoffs. Like I said, A.J. Brown, with him being injured, I don't know if he's going to play. I would assume he does. Jalen Hurts messed up his finger in the Giants game. So this Eagles team is really just falling apart, and they have not looked good in their past 6 games, only winning 1. The Bucks have kind of been pretty hot, honestly, going into the playoffs. They've looked really good. I am still going to go with the Eagles. I just trust Jalen Hurts and, their guys. They have just too much talent to be playing like this, and I've said this the past couple weeks, even when they have been losing. They just have too much talent to be playing like this. And with the Bucks, I mean, Baker Mayfield, I just can't really trust. I can't really get on board with. He has led them to a 9-8 season. But it was in the NFC South, the worst division in the NFL, and I don't know. I just got to trust the Eagles more. They've been here before, and Baker Mayfield. I mean, the Bucks have been there before too, but that was when they had Tom Brady. Now they have Baker Mayfield. That's pretty big change, pretty big difference. I am gonna go with the Eagles, but this one's really 50-50. I did not know who to go with here. It ultimately just comes down to which coach, and which team, and the players that I trust more, and that's going to be the Eagles. So I gotta go with the Eagles in this one, but this one could definitely go either way. So that's gonna do it for the wild card weekend predictions. Make sure you guys comment below all of your picks. I would love to compare. Love to see what you guys think. Obviously, I love to kind of debate a little in the comments. Pretty fun. Um, as always, make sure you like the video if you enjoyed. Um, Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Turn on the notifications to make sure you don't miss out on any of our videos. We got college basketball, college football, NFL, and NBA every single week. Um, yeah, as always, make sure to check the description, linked in the description. My Discord and X, you can join that. You can follow that, whatever you'd like to do. But I will possibly see you guys tomorrow with the NBA playoff watch. I haven't decided if I'm gonna make it, just because I'm like really busy tomorrow. I don't know if I'll have enough time to. So maybe you guys will see an NBA playoff watch, but I would lean on the probably like a 30% chance I make it. So it's not very likely, but um, yeah. So either I'll see you guys tomorrow with NBA playoff watch, or the next time I'll see you is Monday with college basketball. So yeah, either way, hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll see you guys soon.